I'm happy that the album is out. I'm happy that people are receiving it well. I'm happy that fans are kind of like musically satisfied.
Right.
Because ultimately that's the reason why we do this, right? Is like to share the music.
You ready for today?
I'm so ready for the day. Let's do this.
So the first thing that we're going to talk about is your new album. Tell me about it. You know, just got released not too long ago.
Yes.
It's getting a lot of attention. How are you feeling?
I feel so good. I feel like I'm happy that the album is out. I'm happy that people are receiving it well. I'm happy that fans are kind of like musically satisfied.
Right.
Because ultimately that's the reason why we do this, right? Is like to share the music. And when I was working on the album and we were holding it back, and it's never as fun. You know what I mean? Like you have all this music and you just want to share it with people, and like the build-up definitely was. We built the suspense on this one, but I think ultimately it was for a good reason, and I think that it was, you know, all meant to be. So I think the timing is perfect.
Right. How are you feeling now that, you know, you've had some setbacks and challenges leading up to this? You finally got out there. Like I said, you know, you're big about trying to get the music out there so that your fans can hear it, because you're excited, and I can see that you know, that excitement is just like pouring out of you. How do you feel now that you can go out and you can really start sharing this with the fans?
I mean, it's exciting. What else can I say about it? Just like I said, I mean, the truth is that this album is so important. It's the first album, and kind of taking all these songs that we had and kind of like really cutting it down was probably the hardest part. But ultimately, I think that we got the best 11 songs that we could and gave it to the fans, and I'm happy. Can't pick a favorite because every single one of them has their own story.
Right.
There is one special record though that I really do love that's called Just Another Dude. And the reason why it's special, I guess, is because we really captured that take and that moment. You know, like I went in the booth and I just blacked out, and I was just so emotionally heavy that day that I just went into the booth and I just closed my eyes and I basically just sang out the song. And I think we did like 2 takes. I think it was really 2 takes, but we kept most of the first take, just that moment. And we tried like producing it out, but it just didn't feel right. And so we decided to just stay with the original production of it, because I wanted it to feel like that moment. I wanted to capture that moment, being in the studio and just capture the emotion of it. So that's a special record. But I can't say that it's my favorite.
Can't say it's your favorite. I really respect that. I think that's incredible.
Yeah.
That you can go in and take something and just and let it out. And that's the amazing thing about being an artist like that. You can just drop it and say and breathe it out.
It really does feel like therapy. Missy is so talented and so genuine, and her at the Super Bowl was amazing. I mean, let's be honest, she kind of like, she stole the show a little bit, and she basically saved Katie's ass, because she did amazing. She did amazing. It was almost like, it was just a reminder of just like how amazing, first of all, you know, she is as a performer, but just the music and just her talent, and then her performance is just so strong. Like, it almost felt like we were watching a music video, you know? She's uber talented, And I'm just so happy for her. I'm so happy that she got to have that moment. It's so great.
Did you grow up listening to her music?
Yeah, of course I grew up listening to her music.
You're a 90s baby, right?
I'm a 90s baby, so that was her peak, right? That was her moment. I mean, all the 90s. And I really kind of just like hope to see her back. You know what I mean? Like, I'm hoping that this is like a door that will be opened for her to just like come back and just like kill it, because she really was like so different. So different than anything.
Yeah.
And I think we need that right now.
Well, we have you to kind of...
I mean, I do bring a little spice to everybody's life, but I do bring a little spice, but just a little bit of spice. But she's amazing, and I would hope that she would put a project together and bless us with her music.
Bless us with the new music.
Yeah.
Who is performing now? Who's releasing records right now that's got an influence on you? Who's out there that you're like, I'm loving this, I love everything that they're doing right now? Who's inspiring you?
The first person that comes to mind, I guess, is like, okay, well, first of all, the Jasmine Sullivan album is just retarded.
I saw you Instagram that.
It's too good. It's too good. She's just making everybody look stupid out here. She is just like killing it with her shit. And I'm so like in love. She's kind of killing it right now. And she's not even on the radio. You know what I mean? But her performance is insane. Her vocals are insane. The music is amazing. I think she's killing it right now. There's this other dude named Mark E. Basie that I'm into. Not a lot of people know about him, I guess, but he has some really dope music that I'm really digging right now, so you should check him out.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I think with you, putting his name out there, people will definitely go see him.
Look him up. You should. It's worth it.
So, you grew up in Miami.
Yes.
You're Cuban.
Yes.
How does your background, how does your heritage inspire your music? Because there's a lot of like dance hall influences and reggae influences in your music. How does that guide you musically?
I think that when I was a kid, I was listening to like pop music. I was listening to Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, and then with my sister, because she was older than me, so she was listening to like 112 and Boyz II Men and Usher. So I had like that R&B side. And then as I got a little older, my brother introduced me to like classic rock, because that's what he was listening to on the way to school. We would drive to school together, and he would be playing like Janis Joplin and Led Zeppelin and the Ramones, and then I kind of got into blues and jazz. And then when you're out in Miami, like in the clubs and in the scene, it's like hip hop and it's reggae. And so there's just such a mixture of, and then of course, like I'm Cuban, so like at home it's salsa and merengue. So just like this whole mixture of genres that just I grew up with. And part of it is from being in Miami, and part of it is just like discovering music like on my own, because I just have like an obsession with music. So yeah, it's a good obsession to have.
It is.
It's healthier, I think, than some other toxic situations.
I would say so. It's your outlet.
Yeah.
How did you get discovered? How did people say, this girl, we gotta have her? Because I've read different things about how you got discovered, but I want to hear from you. Like, how did they say, this girl, we need to have her?
It happened pretty quickly, actually, believe it or not. I put out this EP called Shades of Grey before 50 Shades of Grey. Damn it. And that was some good timing. Like literally 6 months before like the big burst of like 50 Shades of Grey, I decided to name my EP Shades of Grey. If I would have known, I would have never called it Shades of Grey. Like, how ridiculous is that? People have this assumption that it's like uber sexual now, but it was like really like emotional and just like really therapeutic project that I put together independently. And then I was in the studio one day and I was just working on new music, and the head A&R of Vested in Culture, which is the label that I'm signed to, which is an umbrella under Epic, she saw me and she was just like staring me down. I remember she was just like looking at me, and I always make the joke that I didn't know if she was trying to like fight me or fuck me,
Right.
because it kind of felt like I was like, is she like hitting on me or is she like mad at me? I don't even know who she is.
Right.
And the next day she played my music for Sylvia Road at Vested in Culture, and Sylvia signed me right away, like basically that day, and then it's been go 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 ever since then.
That is amazing. That's pretty quick.
Yeah, it did really happen pretty quickly. But I also think that it all balances out, because like it happened so quick, but then it took so long to get this project out. You know what I mean? So like there was a lot of learning that had to be done. You know, I had to like get the QuickBooks on it. You know, it wasn't too quick though, 3 years. But
have you been able to take time to kind of just be present in the moment and enjoy it, or has it just kind of gone by you?
I enjoy it. I try to enjoy it as much as possible.
So you're talking about home. How has your family inspired you? How have they helped you to get here? How have they supported you in your journey? And you know, what are you doing to kind of...
My family is, you know, okay, so my parents are from Cuba, so the values are very strong, and the morals and education is very important. And I think that when I was kind of just like wanting to do the artist thing, it was a little bit discouraging for my parents, because they really just wanted me to take the safe route, but I opted out, and I actually lied. I told them that I was still going to college. I was still like taking classes, and the truth was that I wasn't. I was in the studio every day, but you know, I needed to kind of just do it myself and just not focus on what other people thought. And I think that's a big thing, especially like when you're trying to like do whatever it is you want to do. You can't hear anybody.
Right.
You can't hear anybody, because everybody's gonna have an opinion, and opinions just brew like difference. You know what I mean? It's like, so what do you think about this? Then they have to create an opinion about it. And it usually has to be something that's like discouraging the subject, or, you know, it could be encouraging, but not with my parents. You know, but that's just because they really cared about me. And they were afraid. You know, just like any parent, they're afraid that you're going to go down this path and it's not going to work out for you. You know what I mean? And they're a little bit old school in the sense that they're kind of just like, well, if you just work hard, you go to school, and you just like get a good education and work hard in this country, you can make it. That's kind of like the values. But I just didn't do that.
So now that they know what you're doing, how have their feelings changed? Or are they still...
Their feelings have changed completely. Now gangsta's like my mom's ringtone. So
Really?
Yeah. At first she was just like not about that life, and then when she started to see that like things were actually happening for me, then she was really happy for me. And you know, she's my biggest fan. My dad too, and they watch every interview and every like tweet, everything. My mom is like on it.
That's awesome.
She's very happy. Yeah.
A lot of your music has been influenced by your past relationships. How is your love life looking right now? Do you have someone special, or are you just focused on you right now?
I am just focused on me. I don't want to get involved. You know what I mean? I just want to just like focus on my first true passion and my first true love, which is music. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, when you get in relationships, you know, it takes a lot of dedication. Right, surprisingly, it takes a lot of dedication, and you have to dedicate so much. At least that's how I am when I'm in relationships, or if I fall in love or whatever. I dedicate so much of my emotional energy into this situation, and then I lose focus a little bit. So I'm just focusing on my first true passion.
I respect that.
Yeah.
Get that. Your music is your boyfriend at the moment.
At the moment. I mean, we'll see what happens. Could very well be that I will meet someone, but honestly, I'm just so happy right now. Just
You're
being
doing you.
single. I'm just happy being single. I'm not looking for shit. I'm just happy being single. Yeah. And if it comes along, it comes along. But only if it's meant to be. I'm not trying to force anything. I really don't give a shit. You know?
Yeah, I respect that.
Yeah.
So you're talking about moving to LA. You know you love LA. You've kind of grown up in big cities, big communities. Do you have a favorite place? Do you have a favorite city?
I love New York. I love Miami, and I love LA, all for different reasons. You know what I mean? Miami is home, and Miami is so chill, and it's like just like my little sanctuary, and just I feel so comfortable there, and it's always a good time. But for me, it's also always about balance. Like for a lot of people, Miami's a vacation, and for me, it's like that's home.
Right.
New York is amazing. It's so amazing. The people are amazing in New York. And I have so much history there and just like so many amazing memories and so many great friends there. So New York has so much going on. There's never a moment that you feel like you've done it all or that you've seen it all there. Because it's constantly changing. There's constantly like a new spot that you've never heard of before. And so much cool stuff to do like on the regular. LA has its own energy. It's almost like an elevated energy out here. Just like the breezes just feel better out here, and the art out here is so intense, and the artists out here are so inspiring. And of course the weather's great, but more so than that, I think it's just like the music and the energy out here as far as just art goes. It's just so on another level. So it's so great.
I want to ask you, you said, you were quoted as saying, I have a necklace that I love, but my necklace can't love me back. What's more important to you is focusing on your music and focusing on people. So how do you plan to stay grounded as your career grows and as fame eventually comes to you?
I think that it's just about staying true to my passion and just staying true to the music. Because I think the moment that we stray from that is where we get lost. I personally, I've been in moments where I've had money. I've been in moments where I've been asked out, like completely asked out with not even like, with like 3 pairs of fucking outfits, like 3 outfits in my closet. Like that was it. Like didn't even have like a pair of underwear kind of thing. You know what I mean? And I've also been in moments where I'm like, wow, I can like splurge on the neck. This is great. But honestly, going through it all, I know that those kinds of things, material things, are not what nourish us. You know, it doesn't nourish our souls to kind of like have a bunch of stuff. As a matter of fact, it makes me really anxious. like I told you, I'm moving to LA. And I don't even want to deal with furniture. I just want a furnished place. I just want to bring my clothes and I just want to park up and just chill and dip whatever I want to. Because at the end of the day, we can't take all of this stuff that we're trying to acquire with us. You know, when we leave this life, we can't take any of this. We can only have amazing moments with people that we love and have great experiences. And I get more out of that than I do, you know, a Versace necklace. Even though I love my little Versace necklace, though, I definitely did wear that a lot when I first got it. But again, it's like things get old, you know what I mean? Like even that necklace, which I still love and I wear it every now and again, but it's like even that like loses its luster. As amazing as the necklace is, for me it loses its luster, and I always go back to just love and people and just fun times. I get more out of it.
Okay. I respect that.
Yeah.
It's a crazy how